Good afternoon. So obviously I'm here to make you a couple of cocktails today, but first and foremost I really wanted to start with something that I care very much about and I'm very passionate about. This year in 2019, the bumblebee was rated the #1 single most important living organism on not really human Earth, but planet Earth. I know, crazy, it's not humans, right? Excuse my friend there. The pollination that they offer accounts for 3/4 of the wild pollination of fruits, and vegetables enjoyed not really by humans, but more so by everything from tiny little insects up to huge, large mammals. So the delicate balance of the biosphere and the food chain really sort of rests upon their shoulders, or wings, if you will. And vicariously through their work, bees produce 4 different byproducts. You've got beeswax, propolis, bee pollen, and the one we're most familiar with and versed with is honey. This is beeswax, for reference. Honey, our relationship as humans predates our relationship with bread, with fermentation. It really is millennia old, and the beauty of it is that it's this very intricate painting that these tiny little creatures create. It is literally flora turned into flavor. So to be able to celebrate your sort of locale, your local ecosystem through enjoying different honeys. These 3 are all from Vancouver, from less than 2 kilometers apart. You can see the neighborhoods they're from there, and completely different. And that, I think, is a really special thing. So honey is going to be at the heart of my legacy today. So we'll get down to the build of the drink here. It's going to start with a healthy 2 ounces of Bacardi Ocho in each. Minimum of 8 up to 14 years in a barrel. This is beautiful golden hue. Almost honey in color, I like to think. We're going to find baking spices, orange peel, a little caramel, that's butterscotch. I pick up a little bit of beeswax on that, honestly, and that's when tasting this rum that I was sure that for this concept, this is the perfect rum for my drink. Next up, we're going to find a little citrus, rum and citrus forever together. Lime's going to take a backseat today. This is actually 2 of my ingredients in one, a little sort of a trick from tiki culture, sort of blending your juices. This is a 3-to-1 of fresh grapefruit juice and lemon. So 22 of grapefruit, 7 of lemon that goes into each drink here. Lemon just supporting acidity that the grapefruit doesn't quite stand up against. And we're just finding a little bit of florality and fragrant tones from the grapefruit itself. Next up, we're going to bring from robust, sour, a little bit of sweet nature, the martini bitter here. I've tried this with many different of the red aperitivo bitters, and I do firmly believe that this is the best option for this drink here. Just 7 ml in each one. It is commercially available pretty much everywhere on this planet. The last part, and the one I really want to sort of hone in on, that really marries with the rum here, is the honey. And it's not just any honey. This is our honey. This exists to Vancouver. This is from Queen Elizabeth Park. It's beautiful, bright, and fragrant. And I know the hardest part about putting your cocktail into the world and allowing people to judge it is knowing that bars and chefs and bartenders all across the world will always take a pinch of this and a dash of that, and they're going to change it up. And in an industry that's looking to change, and in a climate that desperately needs a little bit of change, I think change is what we really need to speak to when we're talking about our legacy. So if anyone was ever to go and recreate my cocktail Plight of the Bumblebee, I'd just ask one thing. Use your own local honey. It's very simple, it's very approachable, it exists on every continent of the planet, and that's what this legacy is. Every time you pour this drink for a guest, you celebrate your neighborhood. You enjoy a piece of the ecosystem, you support small apiarists. But the most important part is that this cocktail now starts to push past our own species. You're supporting everything from the tiny up to the huge, simply by just enjoying your own local product. 22 ml goes into each drink here. That is a 1-to-1 ratio. If you excuse me a moment, we're going to give this bad boy a little shake out. Like the climate's gonna get. So in the production of this drink, I started thinking about the comparisons that we can make between hives, bees, the way that we work, and ultimately the way they work. The core base, my heavens, look at that. The core base of the bones of the way that beehives work and the way that bars work is somewhat similar. In a hive, you'll have your work bees, the drones that they stay behind, they ensure that everyone has exactly what they need. They're really working for a sense of maintenance. Kind of like your bar bands. Then you got your worker bees. They're going out, they're flying around, getting all the beautiful pollen, bringing it back, turning these beautiful liquids, like your bartenders. And then you've got the queen bee sitting on top. There's usually only one of them, you seldom ever see them, you have no idea where they are during the crunch and you're in the weeds. Bar managers. Whatever they're doing, you know that they're always caring for the community, they're looking after our expectations and looking after one another. And that's really what this drink turns into. Don Facundo did that when he traveled across the Atlantic to celebrate his family, to begin options for his son, for Jose Facundo II and for Emilio. And they took that on in their cells. So this is a cocktail that we celebrate that family that's grown, become La Gran Familia today. We share our experiences, our knowledge, and our drinks with each other. And symbiotically, through small changes, what we can do is begin to raise the bar, not just for us, but for species outside of us. Please enjoy Plight of the Bumblebee.